Welcome to The Explainer. I'm so thrilled to have you here with us today. Let's just dive right into this, because if you're learning English, or honestly literally any foreign language, you already know that exact, highly specific feeling of panic that washes over you when you have to make a phone call. Your heart starts racing, your palms get a little sweaty, and suddenly, poof, you forget every single vocabulary word you've ever learned. Trust me, it is a completely universal anxiety. So today we are diving into day 5 of a 7-day shadowing challenge, and we're conquering what I like to call the ultimate boss battle, making a restaurant reservation over the phone.
And you know, this perfectly illustrates exactly why we all feel that panic. The author says, speaking English on the phone is a different kind of scary, and if you freeze, the silence is right there in your ear. Wow. Just hearing that kind of makes you feel the pressure, doesn't it? When you're on the phone, there is just nowhere to hide. You can't just smile your way out of a misunderstanding. But hey, do not worry, because the strategies we're looking at today are designed specifically to override that exact fear.
All right, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the fear of phone calls, what is shadowing, the reservation toolkit, making the real call, and finally, the power of pronunciation. Let's get moving.
Part 1, the fear of phone calls, and why they inherently feel so much harder than talking face-to-face.
Moving right into Part 2. What is shadowing? Training your mouth to keep moving. So when you're talking face-to-face with someone, you rely on so much more than just the words coming out of their mouth. You've got visual cues, facial expressions, hand gestures. But on the phone, all of those safety nets are entirely gone, leaving you staring down the barrel of dead, awkward silence. To combat that, we use shadowing. And what's really fascinating here is the precise definition of what shadowing actually entails. It is absolutely not listening to a sentence, pausing the audio, and then repeating it back. No way. Shadowing means speaking the words out loud at the exact same time as the character you are listening to. You are matching their rhythm and their pace simultaneously. Basically, you speak with them, not after them. The whole goal here is to train your physical mouth to just keep moving, which forcefully overrides your brain's natural instinct to freeze up and panic.
Okay, Part 3, the reservation toolkit. The essential vocabulary you need for booking a table.
For this section, I want you to think of me as your coach. We are going to build up your vocabulary so you feel fully prepared before you even dial that number. First up in the toolkit is party of. This is simply how restaurants refer to the size of your group. So you might hear something like a party of 4, meaning 4 people eating together. Pretty simple, right? Next up is availability, which just means whether a table is free or open at a specific time. So if you ask about availability, you're literally just asking if they actually have a spot for you.
Now, we do have to prepare for a little bit of rejection here. If a host says they are fully booked, it means every single table for that time is already reserved. There is absolutely nothing left. But hey, don't hang up just yet. That is exactly when you might hear them mention the waiting list. This is where they'll take your name and contact info, just in case another group cancels their reservation last minute.
Okay, so let's say you secure a spot. You are very likely going to face this choice: indoor versus outdoor seating. Indoor seating is obviously safe inside the building, while outdoor seating is out on a terrace or a patio. The staff will almost invariably ask for your preference, and it's a detail you absolutely need to be ready to answer, especially if you have no idea what the weather forecast is going to do.
Rounding out our toolkit, we have dietary requirements and occasion. Dietary requirements cover everything from serious food allergies to choices like being vegetarian or vegan. This is absolutely crucial vocabulary because it's what the restaurant uses to ensure the kitchen keeps everyone safe. And then there's the occasion, the reason for your visit. Maybe it's a birthday, maybe an anniversary. Restaurants love to ask this so they can add a cool little personal touch to your evening.
Part 4, making the real call. Let's look at Carter's booking breakdown.
So let's map out the emotional roller coaster of a live phone call using our source material. Minute 1 starts off totally smooth. Carter requests a table for 8 p.m. But by minute 2, bam, he hits a roadblock. They are fully booked at 8, and they're fully booked at his backup time of 7:30. The restaurant offers 6:45, which is just way too early. Carter has to think on his feet. But then, in minute 3, a total plot twist. A sudden cancellation literally just comes through for 7:15 p.m., completely saving the day. Once that time is locked in, minute 4 is spent meticulously flagging those crucial dietary needs to the host.
And I mean, look at the incredible result of pushing through that conversation.
Carter successfully communicated a really impressive list of complex data using his toolkit. We're talking a party of 6, the negotiated 7:15 time, indoor seating specifically selected to avoid the unpredictable weather, his exact name and number, specific dietary flags for 2 vegetarians and 1 severe nut allergy, all capped off by noting it's for a 30th birthday occasion. That is a massive amount of information successfully transmitted over the phone in a second language. Huge win.
So, to close out the call smoothly, here are the final logistical steps you can expect. First, the host confirms they are noting down all these details for the chef. Second, they promise a confirmation text will be sent to the phone within an hour. And finally, the polite standard. A request to call back as early as possible if plans change so they can release the table to someone else. Knowing exactly how the call ends means you know exactly how to say goodbye gracefully, without any of that awkward lingering.
Finally, Part 5. The power of pronunciation. Why clarity matters so much more than your accent.
Listen, you could have the absolute best vocabulary in the world, you could know the toolkit inside and out, but over the phone, communication can still break down. I really want you to remember this quote. It's not about losing your accent. Your accent is part of who you are. It's about making sure every word comes out clear enough. This is so unbelievably important. Your natural voice and your native accent are a beautiful part of your identity. We are not trying to sound like robots here. The goal is simply clarity, ensuring the sounds land correctly so you never have to hear that dreaded phrase, "Sorry, what was that?" from the other end of the line.
So what actually causes that breakdown? Well, there are specific phonetic roadblocks you really need to watch out for. English sounds and rules that simply do not exist in most other languages. We're talking about the th sound, that hard R sound, the neutral, sneaky little vowel sound known as the schwa. The way native speakers link words together so quickly and placing the correct stress on parts of a word. When you are shadowing, these are the mechanical hurdles you are actively training your mouth to jump over every single day.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer for today. But before you go, I want to leave you with this final thought. Was shadowing a phone call really as hard as you expected? Think about it. When you actually break it down, when you understand the toolkit, map out the flow of the conversation, and physically practice your pronunciation out loud, it transforms from this terrifying unknown into a totally manageable, step-by-step process. You've absolutely got this. Keep practicing, keep pushing right through that awkwardness, and I will see you in the next explainer.